What you doing? Is there a lot of snow? Huh? Okay. I am testing a new camera, and I'm out with my snowshoes. Let's give them a test for the first time in 2 years or so. That's all. Just trying to get out in the snow a little bit. Little dog, up until I started talking here, for the last few minutes was following my trail so close that she kept stepping on the snowshoes. It's the first time I really had her out in the deeper snow. Haven't had much the last couple years. On a little dog. She's got some burrs stuck to her neck, playing in the bushes. I think she might be getting a little tuckered out. Come on, we'll go a little bit further, see how she's doing. No sense beating up your pup just so you can enjoy the day. Quick story about that, I guess. When I was younger, my early 20s, I had a dog that I had for years and years. She was a mixed breed farm dog. Her father looked exactly like a wolf and was at least 90% wolf. And the mother was a mixed breed lab mix something, I don't know what. Anyway, had her for years and years. Back in school, I was trying to get into shape a little bit, and I was going running every once in a while. And I came home for the weekend. I decided to take her with me, and we did good. Ran down the road, long road, probably a decent mile or so to the end, pretty close. And see, she's following me like that. It's easier for her walking in my trails. Anyway, got to the corner of the road, happened to run into one of my good high school buddies, which was weird. He was running too. He was in the military and just running for PT, I guess. Anyway, so started running with him, and was never in that great of shape. My cardio is always pretty bad, so I was just struggling to keep up with him. And we turned corner, run up another road, went on for a good distance, and I noticed the dog started cutting us off, and she's tripping me up too. And so she started cutting us off and like stopping in front of me, whatever.
Time paused.
But we kept going. Turned back onto the road, my parents' road, and she turned with me, you know, and then immediately as soon as he went out of sight, we both started slowing down quite a bit. She stumbled off into a driveway, and see, she sat down a few times in the road, and she stumbled off into a driveway. Laid down, wasn't getting up for me, so I tied her to a mailbox. Went to find my brother-in-law or somebody with a truck. Got a couple houses away, and she was up standing in the middle of the road wondering where I was going. So turned around, got her again. We started not really running, but walking pretty fast home, just so I could try to get her as far as I could before she collapsed again, and then she did. Fell into a driveway, kind of like drug her feet and fell over. And I tied her to another mailbox, started running home to get her, to get somebody with a vehicle to come and get her. And you know, I kept turning around. She never got up. She was in somebody's driveway. And went and got my brother-in-law with his truck. He comes up, you know, me and him in the truck, him and I guess. And we picked him up, picked her up. She was like picking up dead weight. Put her in the back of the pickup truck. Drove home. She laid in the back of the pickup truck for hours. It was a Sunday. I know that because I had to go back to Pittsburgh that night. But by the time I left, we had her out of the truck. She was standing on her own in the backyard, tied to a tree with a lot of water and all that. And snow's getting deeper. And it's on top of a bunch of weeds, so I'm sinking in pretty good. So I go to Pittsburgh, go to school next day, come home, message on the phone from my dad, tell me how good she was doing that night after I left. And she got back to her pen, and she was up standing around. And sorry, I don't know if you can see this, but look how deep the snow is here. I don't know if you can tell, but pretty deep. So anyway, I was in the middle of listening to his message. Man, this is like up to my knees, but it's like hollow underneath. Listened to the message, and he called. He said, "You hear the message?" I said, "Yeah, so she's doing good?" He's like, "Yeah, apparently you didn't hear the whole message." Apparently that night, after she was doing good during the day, by around midnight, my mom woke up, went out to the backyard, check on her. And when my mom got there, she collapsed and died. But no real reason. We hear heartworms were going around the neighborhood. Dogs were getting them. Whether that was it or not, I don't know. But it's a little over exhaustion. She was never used to running like that. Neither was I, really. But I thought it'd be nice to take the dog out for a run, get her some exercise, and I ended up killing her. But sad story, but you know, worry about your pets. If you see them trailing behind you so close that they step on your snowshoes, maybe they're getting a little worn out. And I am too. But just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, this is milkweed. These are old. So I don't know if I'll be able to find any seed in any of these pods here. They dry up, and then the pods pop open, and the seeds blow away. There's a few seeds in those. I don't know if you can see that. There's a few seeds in there. But these are loved by butterflies and all that stuff. So you got a couple seeds in there. I am going to take a couple of these pods home. If I can find my little baggie. There we go. I always try to keep some kind of little bags with me, just so I can pick up a couple things along the way. I see a couple of these that look kind of full. There. So look at that. See that there? How cottony that is. I'm sure that'd make great tinder. And this one is just loaded up with seeds in there. I'll take that with me. I don't want to take too many, because they deserve to be here. in nature, or they're growing on their own anyway. Just gotta take some of them with me though. Just a couple. Toss in my yard. Get my own crop of milkweed growing. The milkweed seed heads there. I'm curious if they will take a spark by any chance. That's this cottony, feathery, furry kind of stuff here. Like I said, it's just in the back of my truck. It's gonna blow away on me. Alright. I'll just keep a little ferro rod with me. Thought that edge was sharp enough. There we go. Kind of burns kind of quick and weird. Well, it'll take a spark. Just doesn't hold a great flame for very long. So I'd try that out while I was here. Thought I'd share this too. This is the pole I was using for hiking there. A couple years ago I drilled a hole in it and then I tightened it down, a nut and a washer. I believe I sandwiched 2 sets of those, one on top, one on the bottom, keep it from going anywhere. And then this is just an old film lid there, TooMuchT.V 100. And then I got a cheap, this is from one of those cheap knives, those cheap survival knives, the Rambo knives from when you're a kid. Has a little ball compass on the top there, but it fits on top there. Now I have a compass with me on my trekking pole, but it covers up what I was using to hold my camera. That's what that screw's for, just to hold camera. And when you got deep snow like today, you can actually jam the pole into the snow and you got a tripod if you do it right. That's it. Ready to go, little dog? Hey, girly. Ready to go? She's playing snowplow. Come on, let's go. Well, I'm thinking of it. I got this phone app. It's called Endomondo. You can set it to track a bunch of different exercises, hiking, skiing. I did not see a snowshoeing option, so I just went for hiking again. Basically, it'll map everything you do, keep track of your time, your distance, how much water you lost, all that stuff. And this is the free version. There is a pro version that costs a couple of bucks, which I may end up purchasing here when I get a new phone. But I kind of dig it. I've been using it for different things. Hiking is some of the different things you can do with it. I have yet found how to use this for swimming or badminton. Because I got all these boxing, cricket, all this stuff, dance, but no snowshoeing. Scuba diving, I don't know how well my phone would work underwater. And yoga. But it's a way to keep track of different exercises here. And this, through the new year here, I'm going to be doing a little bit more hiking, a lot more hiking hopefully, and get out, start training. I have they call it the Allegheny 100 coming up, and what that is a timed hike 100 miles in 50 hours or thereabouts. So I'm going to try to keep track of my routines and all that, just to see, you know, how I'm doing, keep up on stuff. That's it. Thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for watching.